Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is video 3 from the inner city St. Louis bins. Again, apologizing for my voice. I'm slowly getting over pneumonia. There may be pauses and cuts in this video where I continue to cough until I die and then come back. We showed up here between half an hour and an hour after they opened. We were not waiting in line to get in. This was an impromptu trip, hence the weird video because it is being filmed on my cell phone, not on an actual camera. We went back and forth on going here or IKEA, and I'm fairly certain I'd been to the Spins before, but it had been a really long time, so I wanted to go ahead and go to the Spins, and we're like, we won't buy anything that much. Again, we didn't have any bags or bins or anything in our car. We weren't prepared to actually shop here. So, yeah. I ended up picking up this bag. I picked it up as both a carrying bag and it's a Victoria's Secret bag. It's going to sell for like $9.99, $10. Nothing huge, but it is something, and it weighs basically nothing, and I needed something to carry all my stuff in. So that's the reason I picked that up. I pick up a Kate Spade reusable tote too. It's a really pretty, like, foresty grass green color. I know those are two different types of green. Don't come at me, please. These magazines should have been over with the books. The books are priced different than the general items, and I will say this bins compared to the Bridgeton bins did pull out my heavy items and give me a bulk cost on them. I bought 2 snowboardy sled things that were quite heavy. They pulled them out and gave me $1 each for them, so that is a bonus / difference between the inner city bins and the Bridgeton. Bridgeton would not pull out and give a price for me. I don't know if maybe it was just that person working, the employee working, that didn't do it, but I know when I was there they did not do it. I think there's a blow-up mattress in this bin. I'm filming one-handed. I don't like only having one hand, but oh, this is my husband finding all of the VHS that I had previously popped over. They're like a weird collection. They're meant to look like leather-bound books, but they have like Dirty Dancing and Jaws and stuff like very randomly. They weren't even like the same genre. They were very random like that. I'm sure there was something. I don't deal with VHS. We tend not to deal with VHS in general, but we do like the ones that are like recorded. So we do like the ones that are recorded because they have like old TV commercials and stuff, and sometimes it's old TV shows, and those old TV shows aren't really streaming or anything, so that is fun. You cannot sell them like that. You can't be like, first 3 seasons of Full House on this VHS. You can't sell that. That will get taken down. That is, you know, Richard Simmons Sweating to the Oldies. FYI, they're not worth anything. The pirating, that's what it's called. It's essentially pirating if you sell those videos. Some people do sell them on eBay, and they get around it by saying used VHS, but not saying what it is, or re-recordable VHS, and not saying what it is, but people are buying it for a specific reason. They will not even say it in the description, but will show pictures of like the binding of the VHS to be like, this is what it is. So, you could do that. That is a workaround, I guess. I don't want to risk my store. I won't risk my store doing that. If you want to risk your store doing that, more power to you. I know people do buy them and like record the 90s commercials or 80s commercials off of them, but I'm not going to risk my store for like $10. If you want to, you can. I have my really big winter coat on too. Again, we were not prepared for this. I would have dressed in layers. I would not have had a coat on. I would have had just like a bulky sweatshirt or something on. But I had my really large winter coat, which was getting quite heavy at this point. We also didn't have gloves or anything either. We were very, very ill prepared. I ended up picking up that. It's in my hand. I think I'm showing it at the camera, but I'm obviously woefully failing at this. It is waterproof camping pants. They're a size small. We are heavily camping family. We are a heavy scout-based camp family. We camp a lot. I will be gone for 5 weeks this summer at a camp. Not the same one, but multiple times in summer I will be at camp for at least 5 weeks. And camp can be messy and rainy and wet. And were those high-end waterproof pants? No. Were they between $15 and $20 some? Yeah. So that's kind of where that is. That's why we picked that up. Okay, full disclosure. It's been 2 weeks since I recorded the first half of this video. I'm relapsing a little bit sick-wise, but don't worry, folks. I'm going to be camping for the next week and a half in the cold rain. So, totally going to get better. Awesome. Love that for all of us. I'm at the St. Louis bins still, so hopefully you've already watched the first half of this video. I can't get my life together. I can't adult, apparently. Because this was a surprise trip, the, weren't really planning on it. We didn't have an actual camera. That's why the video is kind of weird, because it is a it's on my phone. I will say we recently discovered YouTubers that shop at the other bins we're at, and they also record with their cameras. I don't like recording or record with their phones. I don't like recording with my phone. I have one less hand to use, so I can't record as easily. I'm very textile, so I want to touch everything, and I feel like I can play more defense when I have both my hands, so I can kind of block people. One of the things I will notice, we did park our carts at the end of the aisle a couple times, which is what we normally did when we went to Indianapolis because it was so crowded and there was a lot of people there. But since we started going to Bridgeton, it wasn't as crowded, so we could take our carts in the aisles with us. For these bins, I actually would park my cart at the end of the aisle a couple times. But not a lot of people did that, and not a lot of people parked carts with covers over them, so I don't know this bin's policy on that. I know some bins are against it. They will not let you park your carts with the, like blankets or whatever you want over that. Also, that is a Boy Scout, hamburger flipper spatula. That's what they're called. We also, ironically, not ironically, kind of bought a baseball bat that we weren't planning to buy. My husband showed it to me. I did buy that Kate Spade reusable tote because this, much like other bins, does not have bags in it, so you have to bring your own bags. But because it does not have bags in it, brought my own tote, but it is a Kate Spade reusable tote. It was in perfect condition. It was not one you would buy, but it'd be like one that something came in. So they still sell around $30 online. I went ahead and picked it up. I didn't even look it up online. I just knew because it was Kate Spade and it was in brand new condition. It still had fold marks on it, that it would go fairly well. And I needed a bag to carry my impromptu shopping that we said we would hardly buy anything. And we walked out with an entire full cart. I don't know if I have the snowboards we end up getting at the end. They're not real snowboards. They're like sled snowboards for kids to mess around with. But they're super fun. I am a little shy. This hat looks brand new, by the way. I'm a little shy here because I'd already gotten knocked over. Also, I don't know if you saw that. You can rewind and look, but something moved in the bin. Something at the bottom of the bin moved, and I didn't see it until I watched it earlier. And then I was like, I think something moved in the bottom of the bin, and something did move in the bottom of the bin. I don't know if it was a big bug. I don't know if it was a mouse. I don't know what it was, but something scurried right next to my hand. Heck, it could have been a ghost. I have no idea. But I didn't notice it when it was going on. I just noticed it when I watched the video back. So much like watching the video back going, I should have bought that. I watched the video back going, oh my god, there's something moving under my hand. Again, that's why a lot of people wear gloves. Some people wear like the thicker work gloves. Some people wear like nitrile gloves or stuff like that. With this, I need to touch things. I don't like the feel of gloves on me. So, yeah, so I don't use gloves. But with this, there's reasons you should, because there's things in the bins. And like sometimes if you go through clothes and stuff, there's like dirty underwear and stuff in there, which is icky to touch and you don't want to touch it. My husband wears gloves. I don't wear gloves. And I can't get too mad when I touch things because, you know, my fault, I guess. Oh, there was also wigs in here, and I was talking to like funny haha with a lady across from me that may have not been like mentally okay. She pulled a wig out of the bin and then proceeded to put it on her head, but not like properly, like ha ha ha, that's funny, ha ha ha. I'm sorry, you're actually not going to believe this. I had to stop recording again because my kid got out early and I had to go pick him up. So, so is mom life. I feel, granted, I haven't been to the Bridgeton bins since February, but I feel like these since almost a year, so since last May. I was at the St. Louis bins in February, and I feel like the St. Louis bins are, I wouldn't say dirtier, but more chaotic than the other bins. Thank you for watching this